Hello, my name's Richard from Planfarm in Geraldton, Western Australia, and welcome today to a quick introduction on Broadacre. Broadacre is initially started as a spreadsheet that was developed by Planfarm over a period of about 5 years and calibrated to Western Australian conditions. And recently the Council of Grain Growers have funded a project to turn this into a nitrogen app for iPad. And I'd also like to acknowledge the Department of Agriculture for their understanding of nitrogen in broadacre agriculture in Western Australia, which has helped to shape Broadacre. Okay, so as I said, Broadacre is a nitrogen calculator for broadacre crops of wheat, barley and canola, and it's iPad based. It is designed for use by farmers, agronomists and consultants and researchers in Western Australia and anyone who's looking to apply nitrogen efficiently to their crops. It's being calibrated to Western Australian conditions, but the method that it actually decides upon a nitrogen rate should be relevant for anyone in either a Mediterranean or a temperate climate, and will be suitable for anyone on the East Coast as well. So if you are keen to have Broadacre calibrated for your particular region, then certainly contact me on the details at the end of this video, and I can help to do that. Broadacre is also independent of any fertilizer sales, and you can use any soil test results from any lab to input into Broadacre. And it's certainly really handy for in-field use to give you a quick, simple and accurate estimation of nitrogen requirements for a crop. Broadacre works by calculating the amount of nitrogen available to a crop from the four main nitrogen pools. They are the stable organic nitrogen pool, which is related to the organic carbon percentage in the soil, the nitrate and ammonium soil test results, which growers routinely get tested every year, the rotational nitrogen from rotational crops previously grown on the paddock, including pastures and fallow, and also the amount of nitrogen or bag nitrogen that the growers already applied. Okay, I might just try and see if I can harness the technology and switch to a view of Broadacre. Okay, just wait for it to catch up to the screen that I have showing here. There we go. Okay, so this is a screenshot of Broadacre, and I'll just give you a quick understanding of how Broadacre works and where the important features are on the screen. So this section over here is where you put in the region that you're farming in, whether it's a northern ag region, the central region or the southern region of Western Australia, the type of crop that you want to do a nitrogen recommendation on, and the soil type as well. This area over here is the important window, and this gives you a nitrogen non-limiting yield potential of the crop after you've put in all of your particular soil details. So as you put in your soil details on these tabs here, it feeds up into that nitrogen non-limiting yield potential. So that's for your soil test results as well as your crop rotation and your applied fertilizer. Will all feed up into that nitrogen non-limiting yield potential. And Broadacre has also got a rainfall yield potential, so you can compare the nitrogen non-limiting yield potential to your rainfall yield potential, and then from there you can decide whether more N's required, and then you can use this tab over here to work out exactly how much N you require for that particular paddock. So that's the overview of how Broadacre works. This is now Broadacre in real life version, so I might just step through this and do a recommendation just to show you how it works. We'll do a recommendation for the Northern Ag region, but you can just toggle to any of those other regions. There, you select the wheat, either wheat, barley or canola. We'll select wheat in this particular case. The grade of wheat, we'll select a hard wheat, and a commodity price of today, we'll just select a $270 a tonne figure there. For that to catch up. Over here, you can select a soil type. In this case, we'll use a loamy soil. And you can also put in the percentage of gravel in that soil. Now these little information buttons are there to give you a bit of a better understanding of what's required in that particular window, and they're located all around the iPad app to give you an idea about exactly what it is that the app requires. Okay, so we've done that. We'll go down to the bottom tab, and down there it says soil tests. So we can input our soil tests. In this particular case, I've already put in that the soil, this loamy soil, has a organic carbon level in the top 0 to 10 centimetres of 0.8%, and it's got a nitrate and ammonium soil test of 20 parts per million over here. So we'll keep with those figures. And as you can see, those figures, if you change them, they change that nitrogen non-limiting yield potential up in the blue circle up the top. Switch over to the next tab, and you have the opportunity to put in what your previous crop rotations are. So you simply click on the window and select whether it's a pasture, a legume, a fallow, or other. And in this case we'll have other, but if it was a legume grown the year before, you put in how many tonnes per hectare that crop produced and what the harvest index of that crop is. And then that delivers more nitrogen into this nitrogen non-limiting yield potential equation. So we'll leave it as a legume in this case. Work our way to the next tab, which is the applied fertilizer tab. And in this case, we'll say that we've got 10 kilos of nitrogen going on at seeding time, and we'll take that other nitrogen source out. So we've just applied 10 kilos of nitrogen at seeding. So therefore, just waiting for this screen to catch up. So we've got a nitrogen non-limiting yield potential of 2.07 tonnes per hectare, and we have a we can now work out the rainfall limiting potential. So what we can do here is we can grab the client's rainfall data and input it into the screen through here, and or if we don't have that data, we can simply go to this climate app, which is a free app which is available online from the iTunes store, and that has the through that icon there, and we can put in the rainfall data which is from that app. Screen seems to be running a little bit behind using this mirroring software I'm using at the moment, so I'm just waiting for that to catch up. Okay, so here we are back at N Broadacre, and we have all those rainfall figures in there, and that says that we have an effective rainfall of 174 millimetres from the monthly totals that were put in there. It calculates how much effective rainfall is created or is there, and then in this tab we can then choose how many kilograms per millimetre of rainfall that paddock's able to achieve. So in this case we'll select 15 kilograms per millimetre, which gives us a tonnes per hectare of 2.6 tonnes per hectare. That's our rainfall yield potential, and we've got a nitrogen non-limiting yield potential of 2.07 tonnes per hectare. So in this case we may decide to put a little bit more nitrogen on, and that's where we go to this next tab, which is the More In tab, and we put in that target yield, 2.6, and the target protein, the bag nitrogen efficiency, and that tells us that we need 35 kilos more nitrogen, total nitrogen to be applied. We've got 10 kilos already applied by this window up here, so therefore we need another 25 kilos of nitrogen. So if that's the case, that's going to cost us $30 per hectare, and if we're putting that on in the form of urea, then that's got a percentage of nitrogen of 46%, and that means we need 54.9 kilos per hectare of urea to apply to get to the rainfall yield potential that we're aiming for. Okay, so that's a quick rundown on how N Broadacre works. If you wish to keep that run of N Broadacre on for records, then you can do a screen capture, which is pushing the home button and the off button at the same time, and the screen goes white, and then that's then captured in your camera roll. Otherwise, you can push the button down the bottom left hand corner, and it will generate a email which you can send to whoever you want there. Okay, so that's N Broadacre. It's available on iTunes now, and as I said before, if I'm available to calibrate it for your agricultural region. For more information, contact myself on N Broadacre at planfarm.com.au, and thanks very much. I hope you get a lot out of it.